Welcome back to the Hood News Fantasy Football Podcast. This is episode 97. I got my dogs with me here, MFB.
Yes, sir.
And BBTB. And you already know what it is. Week 10, studs and duds. The best and the worst performances of week 10. Some of these guys won your week. Some of these guys probably lost your week. Either way, let's jump into it. Starting with the QB position for the studs. At the very top, Davis Mills, the highest performing QB this week in 4-point QB scoring, 4 point per touchdown. 27.68 fantasy points, led them to a fourth quarter comeback against the Jaguars. That was crazy. Jaguars are dog for that. But yeah, I mean, not much there. I don't know. Is he better than CJ Stroud?
All I'm saying is you're bench CJ Stroud. You should bench that homie.
If you're the Texans?
I'm the Texans, bro. You finally win the game with that homie.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, speedy recovery from the concussion for CJ Stroud. But anyways, another couple names on this list. Matt Stafford, 26.9 fantasy points. Week in, week out. He's getting it done with Puka and Devontae Adams. Jackson Dart, 26.28 fantasy points.
Can we pause and I'll give you guys kind of a crazy stat here.
Sure.
Stafford has 13 passing touchdowns over his last 3 games.
Wow. Nuts. Actually nuts.
Here's where it gets crazy. Geno Smith, Bryce Young, and Trevor Lawrence don't even have 13.
Combined over the last 3 games.
Yeah.
Well, wow. Yeah.
I think
last 3 weeks. Or
I'll
last
have
3
to
games?
double check for
because
I think I'm pretty sure last 3 games.
Because they were on bye, the Jaguars, so Trevor Lawrence. But yeah, still, I believe it, bro. Stafford's going nuts, man. Honestly, them bringing in Devontae Adams was, I mean, that's probably what it is, bro. He's just an end zone threat, man.
I'm good.
Oh, all right. I thought you were going to say something, so I paused. Anyways, let's move on. I mentioned
later.
Cool. Jackson Dart, we mentioned him, or I at least brought up his name. He's next on the list, 26.28 fantasy points. Got concussed in that game, and they fired the head coach, Brian Daboll. We'll talk about that in the midweek report. Caleb Williams, 25.1 fantasy points. Getting it done, low key. He's kind of streaky. He had 2 games that were pretty bad, and he had 2 games that were pretty good. Last week, I think he was a top stud. Jared Goff, 24.8 fantasy points. One of MFB's starts of the week. Good job, MFB.
Good job,
sir.
And then that's about it for QBs. I mean, there's other names that we could throw in there, but no one really. That was really,
If you guys look at that list, these top 5 quarterbacks were drafted so low or on waivers. So what did BBT be trying to tell y'all going into next year? Because the people that are out of playoff contention paid the quarterback. The quarterback is a really easy position.
So I want to just jump in here on that comment on the fade the quarterback. Let me jump in.
Jump in.
I think with that, I think the right way to phrase that is don't reach for a quarterback and don't give up value players in those positions for a quarterback early on. Because there's a lot of value in players that you could get without going for a quarterback. If you had taken JSN over Josh Allen or there's other players similar caliber. Yeah. Anyways, we've seen people fade the quarterback and you end up with a bunch of bums and they end up, screwing you. And some of these guys get streaky, but if you get lucky,
Matt Stafford. This year,
yeah.
No.
Okay. Let's move on to the wide receivers. Not too many on this list, actually, that are above the threshold of 20 fantasy points, which are like real studs. But at the very top, 2 weeks in a row, Drake London, 21.4 fantasy points.
Yeah.
Doing his thing. The number 1 target for Michael Penix.
The only target.
Bro,
him and
Darnell Mooney was targeted 8 times and caught 1 ball.
Bro, I started him in my flex because I was like, let me just see what I can do with this. You know what I mean? I thought I was doing the best play. Oh my God, man.
Bro.
5 weeks. Anyways, no one else on that team can catch a ball. Jalen Naylor, 20.9 fantasy points. JJ McCarthy's favorite target, apparently. Who's Jay Jettis, right? Jameson Williams, 20.9 fantasy points. You love him or you hate him. Week in, week out. He can either, win you your week or lose you your week. Emeka Egbuka, back to doing what he was doing before the bye. 20.5 fantasy points. He's just a...
Yeah. To Jalen Naylor, he's had target shares of 17% and 15% in the last 2 games. Do you guys think this is sustainable? Do you think it's sticky?
I think it's sustainable.
You think he's worth the ad, low key, or
I mean,
I don't think. I think he's worth a stash, but I wouldn't use a high waiver claim for him. If I'm 13th on the waivers, I could see both sides of it. You just take him just because whatever, if I get him, I get him.
Yeah.
Or you just wait for free agency to clear and get him as a free agent instead of using a waiver claim on him. Because
okay,
I really think if you need him as a flex, you could dart throw or dice roll, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, I wouldn't be like, oh yeah, this is going to be the new top guy there. Just too much competition.
Gotcha.
if you're in a 16-man league, I'm picking him up. I'm picking him up, and I'm probably playing him. So
Deep
I don't know.
deep league for sure a stash, I would say.
Mhm.
Emeka Egbuka, I got one note: 30% plus target share twice this season in the last 2 games. So I know Baker had a dud game. I forget if it was last week or 2 weeks ago, but
Both.
Emeka's the top target in the Tampa Bay right now. So as long as Mike Evans is out, we still saw Tez Johnson 8.
Yeah, I was
too,
about to say.
honestly. But Emeka's getting all the work, from the in between the 20s, I'll call it, right?
Yep.
So he's elite.
Yeah. Yeah. A couple more names we'll just throw in there. Nico Collins, 19.1. Chris Olave, 18.9. BBTB start of the week. Lad McConkey, 18.7. MFB start of the week. Tez Johnson, 18.2. Anyways, JSN, 17.8. Couple more names that actually performed very well, but didn't make it into the studs list. We're not going to talk about them. Unless you want to.
Nope.
No, we're good.
Cool. Let's move on to running backs. This is kind of what, the main show right here, man. Jonathan Taylor, 48.1 fantasy points. If you drafted him, you're a winner. That's a league winner right there, man. That's a league winner
Look,
if I've ever seen one.
They laughed at me for trading for him. They laughed at me.
I don't think anybody laughed at you. I'm not
I
going
don't
to
think
lie.
anyone laughed at you.
I don't think anybody laughed at you.
Giving up the number 1 pick. Him and Joe Flacco.
I don't think anybody laughed at you. Anyways, let's move on.
I
Laughed in my face.
think you made the trade when Jamar Chase was playing with Jake Browning, and we were like, "Oh, you fleeced."
Yo, but hey, too much information.
Yeah.
Anyways,
We can't be leaking that much info. Jonathan Taylor, bro. I mean, look, obviously had a down week last week, but this week he just made up for it.
Dude,
this is, I don't even know what to say because it's so insane to me, because I haven't seen a season like this from a running back probably since Latavius and Tomlinson, bro.
Yeah, I was swear to God, I was about to say that. I was
Deadass, right? So this is a statistic. This is the 8th best score of a running back since 2011.
Wow.
Okay,
8th best
total. Yeah, the top 8th best running back score.
Jeez.
Since 2011. Also, JT's the only player on that top 8 list more than once.
Sheesh.
He had one in 2021, I think.
He did. He did.
Stupid.
So this guy's a menace. Another fun Jonathan Taylor fact, in a different league I'm in, is I have Jonathan Taylor, but I would have won my week without Jonathan Taylor.
Crazy. I'm in that league.
Kiva doesn't like that one.
We'll see if you can win without him next week when we play each other.
Oh yeah, I play Kiva.
We'll see if you win without him next week. Devon Achane, 37.5 fantasy points. That offense, doesn't matter who's quarterback, Devon Achane is a dog.
Devon Achane is a menace who I will be so real with you guys. I was fading him purely because of that calf injury preseason. I don't know if you remember that.
Yes,
He
I
had like
also
a calf
faded him.
strain he was nursing.
I also.
So I was like, bro, this guy is like so explosive. I know he's raw. I really wanted him. I'll tell one crazy thing to Chemo, because Chemo, I was debating between back-to-backing JT and Devon Achane. Okay,
Jeez.
so, but I was like, let me be very extra safe with my first two picks and not take
You
an
went with Chase
injured
Brown.
guy. Yeah, so, he's averaging 21 PPR points, bro, and he's only scored below 16 full PPR points just one time.
Yeah, he's
never been
consistent, man.
In other words, he's never been below double digits.
Yeah,
full
no,
PPR.
he has a very safe floor. He's just a dog, man. Like, and he gets a lot of pass catching work, and that's honestly, you really like that out of a running back. But yeah, he's just a menace, man. Next on the list, a familiar name, Jahmyr Gibbs, 36.7 fantasy points. You like to see that out of Jahmyr Gibbs, your first round pick, right?
Bro, he went so crazy. Weirdly enough, he got like around the same usage as David Montgomery did. But obviously he just outproduced like way more, right? And even weirder, David Montgomery ran more routes than Gibbs, which we never see. And actually, we have not seen that since week 9 of last season.
But
Yeah.
it isn't that better for Montgomery though than Gibbs. I know Gibbs performed really well, but I'm just saying if Dan Campbell trying to switch it up real quick, he'll switch it up.
Dan Campbell needs to. I mean, bro, if you're a Jahmyr
Dan Campbell was play calling that game.
Oh yeah, he was.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, if you're a Jahmyr Gibbs owner, you just want Montgomery to just disappear off the face of the earth. It's like, imagine what he could do just with no Monty there, which we've seen.
I mean, at this point, like anybody who has Gibbs, you know what the deal is in that backfield, but you don't mind because it's such a good backfield.
Offense is producers.
Week in, week out, Jahmyr Gibbs is just an excellent back, and that offense, bro, with Amon-Ra, J-Mo,
and
then you got Goff
right now. Top 3 off.
Yeah, we saw it last year, man. We're seeing it again this year. Everyone thought, oh, no, Ben Johnson, blah, blah, blah. Some people were fading Lions players.
But then,
yeah, that did not end up working out. But anyways, Travion Henderson, 27.5 fantasy points, breakout game. And
finally,
he had that touchdown where he went.
If you were extra patient and you held this, homie, I applaud you, bro. Yeah, because like I really did like this guy pre-draft. But I'm a patient man. I don't even think I would have held him this long, respectfully. It was just frustrating to see. But, bro, we finally see the usage, and we see him pop off. He had a 21% target share and a 74% running back rush share. Yep. Like, bro, just give him the ball, man. Let the rookie go to work.
Well, the thing is, though, what helps him is that Drake May is performing. The offensive coordinator, the head coach, bro, they know how, it's like poetry, dude. It's like, it's amazing. Like, I don't know, they're having like the best season. Last year they had a horrible season. This year they're having a great season. So everyone's on board. So that's what Travion's eating. So I love that.
Do you think Ramondre comes back that it's split? Travion's the number one. Ramondre's the number one. What do you think?
All honesty, yes. I do think it's still split. I think they paid Ramondre, I think like 2 years ago or something like that.
They love Ramondre, bro.
It's a 1,000,000% split still, sadly. But.
Yeah, breakout game for Travion. You love to see it if you're an owner. Kyren Williams next on the list. Mr. Consistent, kind of. He's been pretty good throughout the season. 21.4.
Very, very consistent. Also doing really good with like the amount of touches he's getting. Because his running back rush share is kind of like
low,
a little spooky, because like the last 3 games, 50%, 66%, 52%. Yeah. We see Blake Corum come in and just taking touches randomly, which they didn't do last year.
Yep.
So it's kind of weird. It's kind of like, why is this happening? I'm kind of on edge, but like, you're still going to start Kyren Williams no matter what.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see him against Seattle next week. But he had 17 touches or it was actually 16 touches to Blake Corum's 13 touches. So he's getting up more of the backfield share, but not by a lot. So,
But just to show you guys as well, to go back from the quarterbacks, look at the running backs. 4 out of the 5 running backs were drafted in the first or second round. So what I'm saying is, in the second round, you have like Lamar Jackson there. You had the Josh Allen. You had the Jalen Hurts. Remember, I'm just saying, just for fantasy next year. Remember my word.
yeah, but most of these guys probably went before you got to the point where people were taking Lamar. Only Kyron was probably the only one that was available when Lamar was being drafted at the same time, and that one was probably closer to the Kyron side.
Did you not hear 16-man league? Or 16-man league, people drafting quarterback second round.
I did take second round. That's true.
60-man, a little bit different, but
yeah, 60-man, bro. I was like,
it can get dry quick if you're like,
bro,
depending where
it
you
got
are.
dry quick, and I just took Lamar Jackson. I was not going to risk it. Anyways, that's it for running backs. A couple more names here. Breece Hall, 19 fantasy points, and then Algier, 17.7 fantasy points. The biggest shark in fantasy.
All right, let's not get chemo emotional. Let's move to tight ends.
I'm moving. Don't worry. I'm moving. There's something else I need to get emotional about. It's the top of the tight ends. Trey McBride, 23.2 fantasy points.
Applaud that, homie.
Yes, sir. He's the only one of the Cardinals that I said don't trade him. He's the only one that's going to be like good.
Bro, Marv did solid. He dropped 13.
Marv did cool. Marv's doing better.
But Trey barely got a touchdown. If he didn't get the touchdown, his game was terrible.
Is doing immaculately better. Let me tell you this statistic right here. He has 5 touchdowns over his last 4 games with Jacoby.
Yep, I know where this stat's going.
Do you know how many touchdowns he had with Kyler Murray?
3.
In the last 21 games with Kyler Murray?
3 or 4.
2.
I think. No, 3 or 4.
3.
Yep, there it is. On the money. Come on, brother. Come on, brother. I know these stats.
Brother, this is insane. Now,
Yeah,
I don't
bro.
know if it's Kyler Murray or the offense is like, yo, let's throw it to this guy more.
Kyler Murray
Really
can't see him. Kyler Murray can't see him. He doesn't
That
know.
ass might be it.
He's just like, I think someone's like 30
Right.
yards to the like right over there. He just chucks it.
Kyler Murray will be a saint next year, bruh. Kimo, I'm going to take the pain from you.
Sadly.
So,
Bro,
you know,
at this point, man, I don't even taking. I bet he balls out over there though. Anyways, next on the list, George Kittle, 18.9 fantasy points. He's a dog. You love George Kittle. Juwan Johnson, back in the studs list, 17.2 fantasy points. Tyler Shuck's new favorite target, or second favorite target, I should say, behind Olave. Dalton Schultz with Davis Mills, 14.8 fantasy points. Not bad. And then the list gets
Probably
pretty
never
dry.
seen him again on this list.
Yeah, you probably never will. I'll throw in Tyler Warren in there, 13.9, Kid on 12.7.
yeah.
And then, yeah. Anyways, that does it for the tight ends. Anything on these guys?
Nope.
No.
Do you guys like Juwan Johnson going forward? Is he just better with Tyler Shuck? Is he...
I actually do. I know he started off cool, like he was seeing a lot of targets,
yeah.
and then like he fell off, and people were like literally cutting him.
So,
But
for
now
sure.
without Rashid Shaheed, like the targets are going back to Olave Juwan Johnson.
listen, I went to the Rams versus Saints game, right? Bro, Juwan Johnson is so like pause real quick, but he's massive. Like this homie, like 6'6", but runs like a gazelle. Like in person, bro, this fool is solid. Rams defense was just that good. Juwan Johnson is the real deal. Been calling it out since last year.
All right.
You know?
Anyways, yeah, he's definitely doing a lot better with Tyler Shuck. He is definitely worth an add if he's not picked up in your guys' leagues. That'll do it for the studs. Let's move on to the losers, the duds. At the very top, Bo Nix, my start of the week. Fantasy points. And it's like, it was
awesome.
yeah. He just
obvious.
did not do good. He just,
It was obvious. You should have sat him.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Thank God. I didn't take any Bo Nix in any leagues. I just was worried about the sophomore slump. But I threw his name in here because deservedly so. I mean, obviously. But yeah, he 5.8 fantasy points on Thursday night against the Raiders. Just couldn't get going. That offense just was not moving. They ended up winning though. So, Sam Darnold, 4.92 fantasy points. I threw him in here because he's been going pretty crazy. That Seattle offense has been moving the ball a lot. And he had like 3 turnovers. So it's like you probably started him thinking like, oh, cool, against Arizona, divisional game. But the Arizona defense is pretty solid.
It didn't Seattle drop 44 points as well though, and the homie only dropped like 5 points. Like, that makes no sense.
He had three turnovers. I think he had 2 fumbles, or am I tripping? Or was
something like that?
Something. I mean, interception.
That's just weird. Dropping 44 points and less than 5 fantasy points is just crazy to me.
I'm pretty sure it's because of the fumbles. Yeah, 2 fumbles, 2 lost, and an interception. So, and he only threw 1 touchdown. The rest were rushes. Jordan Love. Oh, and the defense scored touchdowns. I'm pretty sure for the Seattle.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Jordan Love, 7.84 fantasy points. Just not looking good. This is what happens when you fade the quarterback. You end up with
MFB sit of the week.
Oh, yep. MFB sit of the week. Respect. But this is what I'm talking about. BBTB. This is
not a fade the quarterback play. What are you on about? This homie was like, he was quarterback like 7, 8 at the time.
It was not. No, quarterback 7 was Bo Nix. Quarterback 8 was not Jordan Love.
Whether Jordan Love was there, the hype going into the season with all those receivers, Matthew Golden, come on.
Last year, the hype was more. This year, not as much. Anyways, if you fade the quarterback, this is one of those guys you could have ended up with. So, which I don't know if MFB you have some deep hidden stats for Jordan Love. His last 2 games, he's been pretty bad. He's been dead list 2 weeks in a row now.
He needs Tucker Kraft.
He needs Tucker Kraft. Hey, I mean, you're not wrong. He went down last game and he did bad, and then this game he didn't have him. So, yeah, Tucker Kraft might have been that. He might have been his number 1 receiver, actually. Jalen Hurts, next on the list. Not getting it done, unfortunately, against a tough Green Bay defense.
Fade the quarterback.
Fire the OC.
Fire the OC. I mean, yeah.
I don't. Oh my god, some of the plays I don't get, bro.
A lot of the plays I don't really get with them.
Bro, did you see Nick Sirianni 4th and 8 just ice the game just with a field goal? Homie goes for it, just throws a lob to AJ Brown. Crazy. They had a chance to win the game, by the way. But anyway.
Yeah, they won. The Eagles won.
No, I'm sorry. I'm talking about Packers. They had a chance to tie the game.
Yeah. Anyways, that's it for the quarterback duds. I mean, you had Michael Penix in there, but he's a dud every week. So,
man.
Let's move on to wide receivers. A bunch of them in here. Honestly, some of these names are not that relevant. Some more relevant. Garrett Wilson, who got injured, he re-aggravated that knee injury. Dropped a donut.
Yeah, he's gonna be out, I believe, 3 to 4 weeks.
They probably should just not play him the rest of the season. Literally, it's a dead season.
Maybe.
What's the point?
But either way, if like that game was so interesting, bro.
The defense scored 2 touchdowns on two touches.
Yeah, and the Jets had a total of 11 pass attempts.
Nice. That's when your defense
NFL
up,
baby. Jets games, bro. Jets games are like can't even guess.
Mixed bag, bro. You don't even know what you're gonna get. Next on the list, DJ Moore, who apparently also injured his shoulder or something. I don't know. Straight donut after coming off the 20 plus fantasy point game the week before. Chicago Bears, man. You got Romo Dunze with the donut last week, and then DJ Moore with the donut this week. So then next week should be Romo Dunze with another donut. But yeah, we'll see.
Have you watched the Bears, bro?
No, I do not watch the Bears.
They don't use DJ Moore, bro. That's why I told you get rid of DJ Moore.
They used him last game. But yeah, no.
But you think that's going to happen? You think it's going to happen again where he throws a touchdown, catches a touchdown, and rushes a touchdown? That's like a once in a career type of game.
I dream. A man can dream, right?
You're a big dreamer, bro.
Josh Allen did
it. Josh Allen threw his own touchdown to himself.
Yeah, that was nuts.
But yeah, DJ Moore, I mean, they have him and using, I thought they just decided, hey, you know what, let's just start using this guy more. And so I was like, cool. That's how it should be done. Obviously, they're doing crazy plays. Whatever. You got a donut. Let's move on. AJ Brown, 2.3 fantasy points on Monday night. There were talks about him getting traded, apparently, but I'm sure his price was just too high.
Isn't the deadline over?
I'm talking about within the deadline. That was the last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like over the week, like earlier in the week, there were talks about trading him away, and then he goes out and gets nothing. It doesn't do much and doesn't get the ball. So I don't know. I just pointed that out. Keenan Allen, 2.9 fantasy points. That Chargers offense, it's just mixed bag. You don't know who you're going to get. Who's going to pop up?
No. Yeah, I don't think it was the Chargers offense. What MFB said about the lad McConkey had to get the ball out because the Steelers defense. I think that's what happened.
It's a mix of Steelers D and no Joe Alt.
Yeah.
So they released the ball quick. And interestingly enough, they released the ball a lot to Quentin Johnston, like behind the line of scrimmage too. I don't know if you guys watched the game a bit, but he was catching a lot of balls just like behind the line of scrimmage.
Pause.
Mm-hmm.
Michael Pittman, 2.9 fantasy points. It was the Jonathan Taylor show.
Yeah,
in Berlin.
Yeah,
the game was.
I'm not sure where the game was, but also Alec Pierce is seeing a lot of targets too.
He's been picking it up, yeah.
Like he's seeing this, like almost the same amount of targets, or a little bit more targets over the last 4 weeks as Pittman has.
Well, okay.
So they like mixing Alec Pierce in right now.
Yeah. Yeah, interesting for Alec Pierce. Courtland Sutton next on the list, 3.9 fantasy points. Jordan Addison, 5 fantasy points. DK Metcalf, 5 fantasy points. Jacoby Myers just traded to the Jaguars, 5.6 fantasy points. Justin Jefferson, 5.7.
Yeah, I mean, Jacoby Myers just got traded, right? So he saw a 48% route share, so he wasn't on the field a lot, right?
He caught a touchdown. They called it back due to a penalty, actually.
So he didn't get the touchdown.
Yeah.
No, he did not, but
I know that. I'm just saying he wasn't on the field a lot compared to other receivers.
Yeah. But I'm saying on top of that, he could have had a decent game, but he
they just said, "Oh, it's your birthday." Nah, F you, bro. Jay Jettis, I mean,
bro,
he'll be fine, bro. I don't know. People overreacting. I think he'll be cool. 29% target share, bro. He's seeing so many targets. His first time below 10 PPR points. So
for this season.
I said trade Justin Jefferson. Please trade him. Go get a solid running back, bro.
You have to realize that now is probably the worst time to trade him. It's his worst game of the season. So it's like the value you're going to get out of him is
I told y'all. What do you want me to say? Told y'all? No. Go trade Justin Jefferson for Kyron. That's what I'm doing.
Yeah, you could do
I'm being real.
Go get Kyron, who's getting 50% snap share. Him and Blake Corner.
That's offense. A top 3 offense. It's Lions and Rams, and then I don't know who else in the NFC.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, hopefully better days for a lot of these players. Let's move on to the RB duds. At the very top, Chuba Hubbard, man, he's just struggling with Rico Dowdle taking over.
Did anyone really start Chuba Hubbard though?
No,
I think
because Rico was like solidified from past week, like he's a starter.
Yeah,
so I don't think anybody's going to really start a backup.
Okay, I thought they were going to split carries. Didn't know it was just. Anyways, he didn't do anything. RJ Harvey, 2.8 fantasy points, also a backup. But
kind of, but he actually splits and gets passes, and he went off the past 2 weeks before the game.
And J.K. Dobbins got injured.
J.K. Dobbins did get injured, yeah. Moving forward, I think they still kind of split it a little bit with Tyler Batty, whatever. Because Batty played 4 fewer snaps and ran only 2 fewer routes than RJ on Thursday night.
Okay.
But we'll see what happens going forward.
These are all these players that are in this duds list. They're basically all in a committee or backup. Jordan Mason, 3.6. Aaron Jones is back.
Yeah.
Mason, you can just bench.
Mason is just a backup now again. He was outsnapped by Aaron Jones, 46-16. Jones had a 71% snap share. It's his highest of the season.
Okay. Yeah. And then Nick Chubb falling behind Woody Marks, 5.7 fantasy points for Chubb, not startable. Mm-hmm. That's it for the running backs. The rest of them all did decent enough. It was a good week for running backs, to be honest. Minus Bijan, who got sharked by Algier. Next, we're going to tight ends at the very top. TJ Hawkinson with JJ McCarthy being as bad as he is, 1.8 fantasy points. Gadsden of the Chargers got injured, 2.8 fantasy points. Sad. Brock Bowers, 3.2 fantasy points. That one sucks, especially after a huge week. 37 fantasy points. But Denver defense, you probably can chalk it up to that. I'm sure he has better games going forward. Don Kincaid, 4.7, also injured in that game. Kyle Pitts, 4.8 fantasy points. It's just, Michael Penix is not a good quarterback. That's all there is to that one. And Kyle Pitts is not a good tight end. That's actually all there is to that. Anything on any of these players?
No.
Nah.
I wouldn't even trade for any of them. I know Brock's doing his thing. Like, I still wouldn't even go out of my way to trade for Brock, because I know the deadline's coming up for a lot of people in their leagues. So
I think now would be, this would be the cheapest you would have been able to get him was before he played against Jacksonville. Now that people have seen that ceiling, people are going to be a lot less likely to give him up you probably can't get him for cheap.
Yeah.
So, in this landscape of tight end, you might as well just roll the dice on Brock Bowers and not trade him away. But that'll do it for this studs and duds. Tune into the next episode where we go over the waivers. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Peace.